Hey guys, it's Tuesday morning on the Lovin Dubai show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We had a big news story day for you today. We spoke about 10-day paid leave for newlyweds if you're Emirati. We spoke about all the new information released about Coldplay tickets and an e-scooter close call, why parents need to heed this warning.
And if you missed the episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Lovin Dubai show podcast wherever you get your podcasts from, and enjoy.
Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through the top trending stories that everyone across the country is talking about. Yesterday, we spoke about information about 10-day paid leave for newlyweds on our feed, and now we're bringing it to you on the show.
And if you are going to be attending Coldplay like I am, Coldplay in Dubai ticket information have been released.
We're talking about schools in Abu Dhabi have banned 22 behaviours, so we'll take you through them.
And as well, fight night in Dubai, Usman and Nurmagomedov versus Paul. Big news, HughesE.
We're super excited about that fight. It's coming soon. And also, e-scooter close call, a Dubai driver's warning after a scary near miss on a Dubai road.
And in today's rapid weather report, if you guys can tell, Casey and I are really cold. Expect highs of 13 degrees right now, hitting 24 degrees later in the day. Temperatures will be hitting as low as 3.4 in Jebel HughesE. Which was yesterday.
This is the Lovin Dubai show. You can also find us on podcast format if you want to listen on your drive home. Something, if you're just waking up and you haven't had your coffee yet, the background might be giving you a little bit of... What is it?
Well, so I explained it, but I'll explain it again. There's a TikTok trend of like, hear me out. I'm going to say something that might be very cringy to everyone, but like, hear me out. It's really cool because da-da-da-da-da-da. So what you do is we have a cake. We're going to put the cake. I'm going to give you an example.
No, you told me this yesterday, right? But I thought it was more about people. I thought it was people that we find attractive.
It's people and other things as well. You know, like for example, like let's say.
Okay, I did mostly people. Okay, got it. Let's go.
Let's say like I like ChatGPT, right? I'll be using Elon Musk and putting Elon Musk's picture on the cake.
Let's go.
Right? But I'm going to give you a very simple one, starting with ice with soda. Hear me out.
Ice with, that looks like Coke.
Soda. Yeah, but like any soda, really, 7-Up, Coke, anything really. I'll tell you why. Hear me out. So, I'm going to show you guys. Yeah, that's good. Because like the ice melts. And when it melts, the taste of the soda will taste different. It'll be like water with, let's say like 7-Up or Pepsi. And it will not be good.
So you don't like ice with soda, or you do like ice with soda?
No.
So I thought this was about things. This is things that we like.
Yeah, but this is something that I don't like, so that's why I added it. It's one thing that came out because a lot of people do use soda.
Got you. Okay.
Ice cream.
Yeah. Okay. Yusuf Ali.
Ooh. Okay.
Of Lulu Hypermarket.
Why?
He's an entrepreneur. He came from nothing.
Okay.
And he just seems like a really nice guy. I just want to like meet him, give him a hug, get to know him. Who knows? Who knows where that could go?
Well, that makes sense. Well, my other
Lulu Hypermarket for the win, by the way.
Well.
Yalla.
محقق Conan.
What's that?
He is a cartoon character from Space Toon. It was like the Arab Disney Channel. And I had a huge crush on him. He is a detective, and I learned all of my detective things from him. He's really cute.
He's an Arab character?
He's an Arab character, and his name is محقق Conan. And I remember having a huge crush on him.
Detective Conan.
Yes.
I like that for you. I feel like that could be the energy that you should look for.
Literally, and ever since, by the way, like I have, because of him, I have developed those like detective kind of like traits. There's nothing that I cannot not find out because of Conan.
Okay, well, I'm going to shelve this one because we've already spoken about it. My last one. Hear me out. I think most people will agree with me if you've seen Love is Blind.
Okay.
Mohammed.
Oh.
Because he's a family man.
He is. Okay, that's nice. That's really cute.
And the energy that he brought to Safa from the moment of the beginning of the show is the energy that we should all look for. Like a little bit much, but you kind of need a little bit much, because if it's not enough, you're thinking, does he even? We knew Mohammed loved Safa. Even like before Safa loved Mohammed, Mohammed loved Safa. And that's the energy that I wish for all of us. So
well, I like
Love is Blind, Habibi, Mohammed.
Well, my last one. Just don't judge me, you guys. Please don't judge me. I think I kind of like was giving you a bit of a hint before the show. I don't like a guy who's perfect. So I think something that's really attractive to me are dad bods.
Oh, Jason Momoa.
He's really hot. He's really hot.
I feel like we don't need to hear you out. I feel like you've got a collective yes.
Literally.
From the majority of females watching this show. Jason Momoa is like elite, pinnacle, perfection.
He's hot.
Man.
I'm sorry, but like he's hot, you know what I mean? And I don't like a guy who's like picture perfect. It's like, so you want to tell me that your eyebrows are, I mean, in our eyes, yeah, for sure, because like, you know. And I'm saying like in like general.
Yeah, he's already picture perfect. I feel like.
But I'm talking about the dad bod, you know, like he's not like, oh, the one with like, you know, like a six pack and everything's perfect, you know, like some things need to balance out, and that's the balance. The dad bod is the balance.
Yeah, he looks pretty great.
But like he does.
Masa, thank you for preparing the cake. What is it? Where did it come from? A blueberry cake from where? Made at home by who? We're wasting it in this performance. Who made it?
Oh, that is really cute.
Masa's mom makes blueberry cake. Thank you so much.
Masa.
Is this the only slice you brought to the office? She said she'd get more tomorrow. Okay. Excuse me while I finish this cake. Let's jump into our top story of the day.
Well, Dubai's 10-day paid leave for newlyweds. Yes, you guys heard me right. So big news for newlyweds in Dubai. The city is rolling out an incredible new initiative to support Emirati families. Under the Sheikha Hind bint Maktoum family program, couples in government jobs are now entitled to a generous 10 days of paid marriage leave.
This program gives couples a head start in building their future together, with also reduced housing loans announced starting at 3,333 dirham. They also will get priority access to ready-made homes if they would like, making settling down and starting that new chapter of life so much easier.
Actually, I really do love this. And as well, for those planning their big day, the Dubai Weddings program is here to help, offering free wedding halls and even financial aid to ease the cost of celebrating.
And then looking specifically at moms, the program gives remote working Fridays during the baby's first year. They can easily balance work and family life.
Well, from marriage preparation and financial literacy training to affordable home building workshops, of course, the Sheikha Hind bint Maktoum family program is giving Emirati couples the tools they need, as this initiative helps boost Emirati marriages by 10% in 2024 alone.
Immediately you have residents being like, what about residents? But I think it's worth noting this is an amazing initiative to boost Emirati specific marriages. When you look at how society is changing, and we are one of 200 and plus nationalities in this country, it is important to maintain that Emirati culture, and this is one way to boost that. So I think hats off to the people kind of planning the marriage program. I think it's amazing.
I agree with you, and as well, I don't know if I've mentioned it on the show earlier or maybe on Smashy, but I had a local friend tell me that the minority in the country are locals.
I remember you saying.
And therefore, the UAE, the government, is prompting for more Emirati marriages. And of course, you know, marriage is not easy. There's a lot of things that play a huge role, like financial, you know, the financial ability as well. Other things like emotional maturity and all of these things do come through, but I love how the UAE is, you know, promoting marriages more, and as well, you know, with all of the help that they are going to be giving their residents.
Yeah.
Citizens, I mean.
Citizens, right. And I think financial support is such an important aspect that sometimes I think we can forget. It's like, you know, if you're getting married and, you know, I'm getting married, by the way. As a side note,
yes, you guys.
but you think that it all happens quite easily, but then when you're in it, or you know, especially if you're planning to start a family, like all of the expenses that go into it could lead to feet dragging. So
That's
it could
true.
lead you to saying, okay, I want to marry you, but I don't want to do it for another 2-3 years when I've got this job and I know I'm going to be able to support you. But providing this service like free wedding halls, extra leave at the beginning, you know, remote working Fridays for first moms, like all of these little incentives will make the first year or two a lot easier, which can sometimes be a stressful time for new families.
For sure. And by the way, did you know that I read a study that said a lot of divorces happen because of financial issues. You know, when a couple that are not ready financially and they get married because thinking like marriage, some people do think of marriage like it's something easy. You fall in love, you get married, and then like, khalas, you know, you have a job, right? What are the odds of a divorce? But then financial things come in hand. Of course, you know, a baby might come on the way, a lot of financial responsibility, a house, you know, like the groceries, the bills, and so on. And then it creates tension to the man, and then the man can maybe project those things onto his wife, and that's why like a lot of like divorce do happen.
If I looked at my credit card bill, I'd probably divorce myself, but it's not an option. So I have to live with those bills. One thing I didn't spend money on this year, but I wish I had, was Coldplay tickets in Abu Dhabi. It's Coldplay week. We are bringing you new information every single day as soon as it's dropped from the concert promoters. So today, yesterday, ticket information released. So the concert that broke the internet is approaching, kicking off this Thursday in Abu Dhabi. The information is slowly being fed to the masses. Yesterday, we discussed how to get there, a little bit of a recap. If you want, you cannot park there, but there are park and ride bus tickets available from Expo City Dubai. This will be on a first come, first served basis, and you will need a ticket to use the service. So if you're planning to get the bus from Expo, make sure you book in advance.
Well, the lucky people who manage to grab tickets will soon start receiving them via email. Yes, the venue issued a stern warning about access, saying your Coldplay tickets will appear in your Ticketmaster account 72 hours before the show. Tickets are only valid in the Ticketmaster app or on your Ticketmaster account via web browser. Screenshots and screen recordings will not be accepted.
So if you have been looking for possibility of purchasing tickets from someone, for example, on Facebook or on Dubizzle or WhatsApp, or you see it on someone's DMs or Instagram stories, make sure that you have the real thing. It's especially important, like they are not going to accept screenshots. So don't go there in hand with one because you won't get in. It's extremely strict on the door. I have seen multiple people selling tickets in the last couple of days. Multiple. And the prices they're asking for tickets is a lot.
By the way, me too. Like, it's like whenever I open Instagram, I see a story of someone that I know is trustworthy and wouldn't scam someone else. Would be like, hey, one regular standing cold ticket concert for sale. Who wants it? Or even like, you know, on the notes for Instagram DMs, a lot of it's like, oh, you know, I'm selling Coldplay tickets.
Because you know what they did?
What?
The sneaky people. They stood in line. They stopped the real people buying tickets because they knew they could make money from it. I do feel for some people outside of the country who bought tickets that are struggling to get their visas to come in. Our colleague in Lovin, Cairo, Nada, she has gotten her visa, I think, but it was touch and go for a second whether or not she'd actually be able to come. Her first visa got rejected. But could you imagine you sat in line and you're outside the country and then your visa gets rejected? I really feel for those people. So I hope they get a fair sum.
I saw
on
TikTok a Lebanese girl who got her tickets from like Lebanon to attend the Coldplay concert here in Abu Dhabi, but she didn't get the visa to Abu Dhabi, and that was like really kind of like devastating for her.
That's what we're saying.
And she posted it, and I was like, oh my god, like if I was her, I would be devastated. I would be shattered.
I think you would be, because it's like you're taking on a significant cost to fly to the UAE for the concert, like so you must be a mega fan. don't know. Maybe
For
they'll announce
sure.
more concerts. Who knows? But we're going to keep our news close to the capital with our next story. We're talking about schools' new rules. Fun for the kids.
Well, since you were a teacher, I think this news might, maybe recall some of the memories of teaching back then. Well, Abu Dhabi has banned 22 behaviors in schools. Big changes are coming to Abu Dhabi's schools. The Abu Dhabi Department of Education and Knowledge has just rolled out a professional ethics policy that bans 22 unprofessional behaviors, ensuring classrooms stay safe, respectful, and inclusive for everyone.
So most importantly, for teachers and students to be aware is to respect the national identity and Emirati values. Educators and teachers must foster inclusivity and cultural sensitivity. So what to look out for, what is banned in the classroom, any form of discrimination, harassment or bullying, plus attire that clashes with local values, any form of ideological, religious or political extremism.
Well, as well, teachers are expected to work as a team, but that means no gossip, no spreading rumors, and definitely no withholding important work-related information.
No faking qualifications or work experience, and definitely no covering up violations or offering unauthorised private tutoring. That means after-school classes, which back in my day used to be quite common, but they're saying it's absolutely not allowed. And don't misuse school devices or share sensitive student information online.
Also, teachers must always put students' safety first. No abuse, no inappropriate comments or contact with students, and you must report any witnessed abuse.
Finally, engagement with the community. Schools should be positive, productive pillars of society, so no fraudulent activities like unauthorised crowdfunding, no inciting extremism with fighting with social issues. Not really, it's a kind of, I guess, a mid-school year review of rules, and I think these will be helpful for the current school body and also the new school body that will begin in September. It would be worth looking back on these rules.
I think these rules are putting a better, clearer structure for everyone, because as well as you said, this, back in my day when I was like really younger, there would be private after-school tutoring where like you would have to go to the teacher's house to have that tutoring, and some students would pay the teacher and then she would give them the exam. So they would study from the exam, and then it would be a lot. I swear to God, I'm not even joking.
That is so
unfair. That is
so unfair.
Exactly. And then it would be very frustrating because, like, like you studied, right? And you're having all of these questions that you are answering based on what you studied. But then there's the other student who's getting a straight A, finishes the exam in like what, half an hour? And
what age was this?
I think I was like grade maybe 5. 5, 6, something like that, because I was in an IG system. I was in a British system school, and yes, the exams were really hard. It was not easy. You had to like really think for every question, but that really, by the way, helps a lot. Specifically like with classes like biology or chemistry or physics.
Right, it helps, but it's not fair.
But it's not fair.
Masa, you had a personal story.
Yeah, so I did have a tutor, and he gave me the questions for the midterm, and I said to him,
Masa, that's not the type of information you share with your workplace.
And he still failed.
Can Instagram hear that?
yes.
Oh my gosh. Look, blame that on the tutor. I mean, they clearly didn't do a very good job of giving you the results. Tutoring was really common when I was in Abu Dhabi.
Really?
After school tutoring. And when I look at it, there's two sides to the coin, because you really felt for the kids in some cases, because the kids would go to school from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. and then they would have after-school tutoring for another hour or two, depending on how intense the parent wanted their child to get 100% in the grade. And these are 5-year-old kids. The schools that I was teaching in, they started testing from a really young age, and after-school tutoring was ripe. So I think it's good that they're really kind of stamping it out. I know it's a great source of income for teachers, so there's that as well.
Yes,
but also, I believe people found it like a nice way to get to know the local community, because I mean,
I really don't know because my dad was so against tutoring, so against it, and my mom would like be like, "Oh no, it's good for them," you know, and she would want to put us in like tutoring, and my dad was so against it, so like we didn't go. But then it would be very frustrating when the grades would come out, and I would like I remember once getting a 95. And someone who I knew did not deserve it got a 98, and I was like, no, like there is no way that person actually got a 98 when I was like, because when we used to like study, we used to like memorize like a book that's thick with biology information, and
yeah, I think we're both on the same side of the page here, that like school has a curriculum for a reason. That has been well thought out by ADEC, the school governing body in Abu Dhabi. This is Abu Dhabi specifically, by the way. So let the kids do the curriculum, let them study that at home, maybe under your tutelage, or maybe let them self-learn, which is actually an amazing skill to learn for future life. But to remove tutoring from the element, I think, is fair to the kids, so they can have a bit of a life after school, and also fair to the rest of the students who may not be able to afford it.
For sure.
Yeah. But yeah, love your thoughts on that one, actually, if parents are watching, whether you think it's worth it, whether your kids benefit from it, who knows. Excited for something coming up in Dubai. Fight night is coming. Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Big News Hughes. So fight fans, Dubai is about to turn it up with some serious MMA action. Now this is thanks to a partnership with the Dubai Department of Economy and Tourism, Dubai Sports Council and the Professional Fighters League, that's the PFL. The Champions Series is coming to town on Saturday, January 25th, 2025 at the Coca-Cola Arena, and Lovin Dubai is a very proud media partner for this event.
And the main event looks insane. I mean, it does look insane. I love the videos. The undefeated Bellator lightweight world champion Usman Nurmagomedov is going head-to-head with Ireland's rising star Paul Big News Hughes.
Yes.
Now, this is like really beautiful because like this fight's going to be fire, I can tell. But it's not just about this one night. The Road to Dubai series is all about making Dubai a global MMA hotspot. So expect even more thrilling fights in the future.
Which is really interesting because I think we've watched Abu Dhabi really become part of the MMA kind of world circuit. Dana White, who kind of still running the MMA. I think he's been in the news, something to do with Meta. But he has always praised Abu Dhabi and the ecosystem they set up. However, now it looks like it's Dubai's turn, kicking off in the Coca-Cola Arena. This is going to be a really big fight. Paul Hughes, as we said, is a rising star. I think he was like a previous world champion. And then also Usman is let me get it correct, the Bellator lightweight world champion. So it looks like Paul Hughes might be coming in as the underdog. But if you love an underdog story as much as I do, Paul, as we said, is a rising star in Ireland. There's big hype around him. So they're both going to go for it. And we talk about MMA, but like, do you look at what's actually happening?
I know, and you know, one thing that I could never ever understand is that they fight, right? And when they fight, what's going on through their mind? Like, you know, what caused that anger in a second for them to fight? And then later on the fight, you do tend to see the fighters hug each other, applaud each other, which is like, I think the fighting sport is really beautiful because it's a lot of emotions and things that you think it's like 1 minute it's like angry, and then the second it's like they're congratulating each other and hugging each other, and yeah, it's like really, it's like imagine like when I fight and I'm like, oh yeah, you're good job fighting me.
So one to watch,
yes,
I think.
for sure.
Two rising stars. MMA, I think the names of MMA are moving on. So Khabib will probably be sideline. He's also from Dagestan, so he'll be supporting Usman. And let's see who's on the sideline for Paul Hughes. And it's happening Thursday, November 21st at 8 a.m. November 8 a.m. That must be to match international times. And you can get your tickets at the Coca-Cola Arena website. One for the ages, and it's so exciting that MMA is now going to have a home here in Dubai. If you want to be part of the action, get those tickets ASAP. Should we jump into the next story? E-scooter close call, driver's warning after scary near miss. So I saw this on a Villa community Facebook page, and it was basically a message from a driver telling parents that they really need to make sure that their kids are driving safely on their e-scooters, because if it wasn't for pure luck, this driver would have driven into a 9-year-old on a scooter because she wasn't driving safely.
I agree honestly, because it's not only in it's like in villa communities, maybe cars do not drive as fast as they would on like other roads and highways and everything, but scooters have been everywhere, and it's really dangerous, specifically when kids are riding the scooters, right? I don't think that they're aware of how dangerous it could be if they are not taking care, if they are not aware of any cars around them. And I think what happens is in communities like a villa community or maybe other communities, like for example, like Production City, right? You would not assume that there would be a car coming or in a fast pace. So they would like drive their scooter. They'd feel safe. They'd feel like, oh yeah, like it's like a community. What are the odds of having a car drive on like an 80 speed? Right?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. But like and I'll go into the story now. The child was going, I think, the wrong way up the road. It sounds like the driver got the fright of their lives because they nearly took the life of a child.
Yes.
And like this has to be a wake-up call for parents to tell their kids that like they need to take care on the roads. If it's not a road safe for scooters, don't be on it. So this is the story. It was purely, this was the Facebook announcement, it was purely by sheer luck that at this moment in some villa, the police have not knocked on the door to inform you that your 9 or 10-year-old daughter with long blonde hair riding a scooter just after leaving school is either in critical condition in the hospital or worse, in the morgue. So he said he was driving towards the roundabout when in front of him in the middle of the road without any warning, he encountered a girl on a scooter. He believes he was driving about 10 kilometers per hour. Thankfully, this young girl had the presence of mind to swerve to the outer lane. Now, if there was another car coming on that outer lane, she would
have been gone.
So wearing a helmet, pointless in this situation. You're in the middle of a roundabout with cars coming. So if this is your daughter, know that today someone was watching over her. I'll report this issue, but most importantly, you as parents need to make your kids aware of how dangerous it is to behave like this on the street. For my part, I don't want anyone's life on my conscience.
For sure. By the way, a similar situation happened around like a month or 2 months ago with a little boy who was as well on a scooter. And thankfully, my dad and I, we were in a small community. But my dad just like, he just wanted to like stop at the supermarket, but the boy was like driving the scooter like as if like he owns the road.
So scary when you see kids on the scooters on the road.
Literally. And it's like, honestly, at this point, my dad kind of like, thank God my dad like stopped immediately, left the car, told the boy to like drive somewhere else.
Oh, good job, your dad.
Because it was like really scary.
Parents may not like that. It's so tricky.
It is, it really
because some parents be like, don't talk to my child. So it's a really difficult one to navigate. But still, I think your dad did the right thing, because if the child was on the road, shouldn't have been on a scooter on the road, swerving all over, like you said. Like, that's not.
Because it was like, the car was like here, my dad's car, and the boy was like here, and my dad just like stopped. Like it could have been like a millisecond and he would have been gone. And that's like really scary, because it's not only traumatizing to the kid, but it's well to the person who's driving, right? And it's like you think in a way like, oh my God, like if it was not for that 1 second, I could have.
It's touch and go. Like, we're talking about villa communities, kids coming out of their schools on e-scooters. I was in a taxi on the way to Dubai Hills Mall coming off Al Khail. So the way that it's not the main road, but it's a side road, but there's still kind of like, it's still a highway.
Yeah.
It's still probably, but it comes up to traffic lights, so it stops, but it's probably 60 to 60 kilometers per hour, who knows. But coming up was 3 probably teenage kids on their scooters on this road, but they're the electric ones that go fast. And I'm thinking,
Oh my god.
is no one going to tell them that this is just not safe? Like,
Dangerous. It's
I wouldn't
dangerous.
even, I get nervous being in a small car, you know, because you can't trust yourself. But fine, trusting yourself is one thing, but it's all of the cars around you that if anyone's looking at their phone, those kids are in serious danger. So yeah, just a word of warning to stay off the roads and those e-scooters. That, like, there's designated areas for them.
For sure. I think as well parents maybe should raise more awareness to their kids if they are going to be using the scooters.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's really dangerous. I don't think anyone would really want to, you know, lose their children's life. بعيد الشر, hopefully it would not happen.
Yeah. Thankfully, all was okay in that case, but it's a good word of warning to us. It is 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning, January, early doors. We wish you all a beautiful day. Thank you, Farah.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the end of the show. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Bye-bye.